and to be the official Bigfoot investigator researcher guy?
Well, that term researcher, it gets tossed around a lot, and that would mean you're unbiased, you're objective, you're open-minded, and from what I can see, almost most involved are not like that. Dwayne's the cottage owner. We've basically been doing this for 7 years. You can't turn this off. It's once you've experienced what we've experienced, there's no going back. It's absolutely impossible to go back. So at this point, we've had literally hundreds of experiences with Neff's family together, and plus our own experiences, on our own at home, because they do have that ability to visit you at home, inside your home. And as far as this side of things, the quantum side of things, it's something that I know. It's not a speculation. It's not a belief. It's a knowing through, like I just mentioned, through hundreds of experiences. When we're making a visit, there's usually numerous things that'll happen throughout the visit. And it develops over time, and we've noticed too that they tend to always give us something new. It's like there's a methodical approach on their end. They don't want to overwhelm, and I think that's why I haven't had a close visual or anything. I think they know more than I would know, obviously, that it might be a bit too overwhelming to see them up close, or I don't know why. That's just my assumption at this point. But the stuff that we experience that's gone on, it's just, it's consistent. It's mind-numbing, and but at the same time, we're so used to it. And there are certain things that have happened that I don't talk about, and I'm still not going to talk about.
I respect that.
Yeah, there's certain things I've learned along the way that, it's like, no, can't tell that, no. And for the most part, I do, though. I put most of the stuff out there that I've experienced, and when I first got involved, and this was, when this had first started, it took about a year before I finally spoke up, because everybody kept saying, where do the prints go? Where do they go? Follow the prints. And I'd say, yeah, I know where they go. I did follow them, and I'd leave it at that. Not saying that all the prints go nowhere. Every one of them, 100%. We've witnessed hundreds from, and it is a family unit. There's Neff is, haven't even counted how many individuals are in this family. It's kind of difficult to figure out, but there's definitely a number of them. It's 2015, and that's when I saw his footprint was 20 inches long. So there, when that happened, Dwayne and I, like I said, we were on another part of the property, and when we came back, Lori had told us this, and she basically said that he said, take a picture. So that obviously happened through telepathy, and mind speak. Their telepathy is absolutely amazing, and it can happen in numerous ways. I've experienced it several different ways, but one of them is definitely a very strong mind speak ability, that they can what they do in, say, real time in real life, they could do in inside your home or inside your head or whatever it is, right? It doesn't matter. They can, their ability to vocalize, to speak internally is absolutely incredible. It's shocking when you first experience it. It's actually, well, I've had a few experiences with that, and it shocks me every time. Although I'm getting better at it, and I have responded back a couple times, but there's been no response after that. So it's not a back and forth dialogue going on. It's basically a one-way, and that's how that's to date. That's how that's gone on. Hopefully at some point that'll change, and I hope to be able to, you know, have a conversation with them, you know, some dialogue, and instead of you know, these short, abrupt answers that it takes a long time. Like you know, what I've been doing lately is using a chalkboard. I got this little chalkboard.
Yep.
And I use a sketch pad, which I've, you know, been using for quite some time. I've gathered a few dozen drawings now, but and now I'm you know, I'm asking questions, and I'm asking for written answers in English, and they do respond. They do give me answers. Like there was a back in March 20th, 2015, that was the last documented dialogue between Neff and myself. Although we've heard his voice many times since, but that was the last time that, you know, it went like that, until things got disrupted by this BFRO member trespassing and stalking us, which he's still doing today. It's kind of creepy, but this is what happens in this subject, right?
Yeah.
You get these people involved, and they have that ape mindset. That they have nothing outside the box. They can't step outside that box, even though this is entirely unknown. It's like impossible. So things can't be a certain way. It has to be, you know, whatever way they're thinking, inside the box. But it's entirely not like that. Anyways. I lost my train of thought there, where I was going with that.
Well, I have to say, like, there again, that illustrates like the positive attitude you have for the amount of adversity that gets dealt to you on a daily basis. I'm sure it's awesome that you have the positive attitude toward all this stuff, and it's awesome that you keep persevering in your own direction, regardless of you know, maybe the negativity that gets thrown.
You know, that whole part about that. The Sasquatch Neff and family, they've given so much supporting evidence that it just gives me so much strength and confidence to speak out. There's nobody on earth who can, you know, who can shut me down without, you know, with words and smearing, ridicule, this and that. You know, it's a nuisance to listen to and have to delete and block so much, you know, daily, and because I won't allow it to take over my YouTube channel. There's so much crap that I delete. It's unbelievable. But you know, and way back I used to respond to a lot of it. I don't anymore. Once in a while I might, you know, depending on how I'm feeling or how many beers I have in.
Right.
But anyways, getting back to what I was saying about the drawings, and so I've been asking them questions, and it was back in I remember where I was going with that. It was 2015, March 20th, at the very beginning of when Neff started vocalizing. He said the word Ninadadwa, and he yelled it out, Ninadadwa. And so it was recent that I wrote that down on the chalkboard. You know, I'm just standing in the cottage, and I write it down, and I just ask out loud, because they're listening, and I just ask, can you please tell me what Ninadadwa means, and can you write it in English? And we went outside, we come back, and there it is. It's written right there, and they said, "Invader, go." So this had to do with all the trespassing going on at the time. So when he was yelling Ninadadwa, he was referring to trespassers on the property, and, you know, invader, go.
Wow.